Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today I want to talk to you guys about two things that are destroying men. Destroying men. So the first is semen retention, and the second is junk food that's loaded with processed chemicals. And I'll explain. Just let me begin with semen retention. So, actually, semen retention is not destroying men. Porn addiction is, and habitual masturbation. Let me make that clear, alright? So anyways, why does ejaculation hurt men? Why does it make us feminine? Why does it make us tired? And why do women beat us around and everything? And why do we, feel anxious and needy, right? So let me explain. The masculine essence is testosterone. On a biological level, the female essence is estrogen. So I'm going to juxtapose this with the light and darkness duality. So when you're in a room and you turn on the light, the darkness goes away. When you turn off the light, when you turn off the light, the darkness appears. So in the same way, when you ejaculate, testosterone leaves your body. Estrogen rises. If you have low testosterone, that means you have higher levels of estrogen. And so when you hold on to your semen, testosterone rises, estrogen lowers. And so if you really look at that equation and you look at young men in today's generation, you can now begin to understand why they feel so lazy, why they get so emotional, why they're always just not doing anything, just sitting back, sitting at home, being lazy, chilling, just going with the flow, right? Smoking weed and doing all these feminine things, right? Because on a biochem, even weed is actually proven to increase estrogen levels. That's a whole nother topic. But anyways, so you have these men, these men that are eating soy products, a bunch of junk food that's loaded with soy, wheat, and all sorts of shit that, increases your estrogen levels. Soy is proven to increase your estrogen levels. And so now you have a bunch of men that have zero semen, zero testosterone, because they're releasing it every fucking 2 hours, so it has no chance to really build up. Right? And then on top of that, you have these men eating all sorts of shit. Everyone eats junk food, but I'm just talking about men here, right? And so now you have men that are in an emotional state because they're physiologically fucked up. They're physiologically destroying themselves. And so with the weed can be used sparingly for, I guess, spiritual purposes, but when we're abusing it every day and then we go binge out at McDonald's and get the munchies, it's no wonder why we fucking suffer. It's no wonder why the majority of us are inside all the time playing video games. And nothing against video games, like I said, there's a time and place for everything, but it's so obvious. Once we begin to fix our inner habits, it's so simple. Guys, life is simple. It really is. Once you start fixing things that are not aligned with natural laws, you begin to align with the natural way of how things should be and how society should be ran, how things should operate, and how things are optimal for both men and women, right? And so semen retention, in my opinion, is the only hope for us as men in this time. Because as you can tell, as the years progress, the world keeps getting worse. It seems like the world keeps getting worse, right? And now listen, you can live a perfect life, you can live heaven on earth, but it doesn't matter if I guess that's selfish though, right? If you want to live in bliss and say fuck everyone else, by all means, but don't you want to try to at least alleviate some of the suffering for other people? Right? What else are you going to do? Right? And so, anyways, back to my point. When we hold on to our semen, when we don't eat soy products, junk food, and all these things that increase our estrogen levels and lower our testosterone. There's so many things related to testosterone, but these are two primary things that I think. There's exercise, sleep. I can do like hour rant on this, but I'm just talking about two things that I think are really destroying men, destroying our testosterone levels, right? And so now, these two things, if we work on them, if we work on improving them, we can begin to become more disciplined, instill masculine virtues, and society can kind of operate better because now men are comfortable in their masculinity, and women will naturally just settle back into their feminine qualities. And so men and women have always been more cooperative. They haven't been, bashing each other and shitting on each other when they were in their primary feminine and masculine virtues. So there's a lot of levels to this stuff. It's not just your diet. It's not just if you're releasing every day. It's not exercise or sleep. It goes way beyond that. It goes to your shadow, right? Your psyche, your traumas, right? It goes a lot deeper. This is a spiritual plane, whether we realize it or not. It seems physical, but there's a lot of things going on beyond our senses. So a good place to start to restore masculinity is on the physical, biological level. And from there, we can begin to explore the different parts of our psyche that have been perverted by the brainwashing, our parents, everything, the media, the news. And then we can really begin to see change. But it starts with our biology, guys. I'm telling you right now. So, but in my opinion, it's just my opinion. Who am I to say? It's just my opinion. The two main things on a biological level to set us up for a foundation of growth is eliminating junk food and replacing it with real food. You guys know what real food is. And hopping on and getting on semen retention, because that will restore most of our masculinity. And from there on, we can begin to work with our traumas, understand our shadow and our projections and our judgments and our triggers and our all sorts of different things in that realm. And then we can begin to finally restore the natural order of the feminine and masculine energies. And we will not hate women, and women will not hate men, and we will be better off together than we are right now. Because right now there's a lot of hate towards each other. Men and women don't like each other. And they don't like each other because they don't like the state that they're in. It's not the man or the woman that's the problem. It's the energy that they're embodying. Right? Now, from a absolute perspective, this doesn't mean anything. But in the relative sense, in if you look at history to how things used to work, men have always been better when they were disciplined, strong, celibate, and women were always better when they were, tending to the hearth, taking care of the kids, cooking, making the house look presentable, doing chores around the house. And listen, a lot of women will bash me and say, "Oh, that's an inferior place you're putting women. How dare you? You're misogynistic." No, it's not. That's a very important role in a family. Think about it. If you're not raising children, if the parent isn't raising the children, if the mother isn't raising the children at home at a young age, then you're going to leave them at daycare, and they're not going to have the emotional affection from the mother that they need at a young age. And obviously you take that away when they, you know, get into their teenage years and you have to initiate them. But early on, they need that affection. And a lot of kids aren't getting that affection because their mother isn't there to love them at a young age. So now they're at the kindergarten or the preschool or whatever, and they're just sitting there like, what the fuck? I should be at home, you know, being loved by my mother at an early age, right? You know, 3, 4, 5. Don't send these kids to preschool. What do they do? They're not doing shit there, right? They should be learning from their mother. They shouldn't be learning from a fucking preschool teacher, right? That's not their mother. Why are they learning from some random woman or man? You know? And the education system's a whole... I make plenty of videos on that. I can talk about that in another video. But anyways, without going too deep without getting deeper into this rabbit hole, I kind of want to wrap it up there because there's a lot to talk about, and this video is getting long and I'm getting into a ranty mood. But anyways, when we restore the two masculine and feminine energies within the male and female, and the female becomes primarily feminine and the man becomes primarily masculine, then we will like each other again. We will like the way we do things. We will like the way we will, you know what? Here's the thing. I look at a lot of women nowadays, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but I look at a lot of women nowadays and I'm just not attracted to them. Like, they can look really good, but I'm just like, nah, because you know why? You want to know why? Because they're in a masculine state. Men aren't attracted to masculine women. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. Why would I be that's like me being attracted to another dude. I'm not attracted to that. I'm attracted to feminine chicks who are supposed to be feminine, right? So anyways, to restore masculinity and for women to go back to their original primarily feminine state, men need to focus on their biology, get that shit in order, and then work with their traumas, emotional, you know, baggages and energy blockages and shadow work, and then it'll be good. So anyways, that's it, guys. I keep repeating myself, but that's the main point here. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell. And if you have any questions, video recommendations, or anything, just leave it down below, and I will do my best to get back to you. And as always, I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.